Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me during this part of SPRINGWATCH. SPRINGWATCH is my 2-week back-to-back dedication to all of the beautiful new products that have come out in our spring catalogue and also in our Celebration catalogue. And it's also running in conjunction with an online class that you can find details of my blog. But today's project, there are 6 boxes here. There's 3 different styles, but they're all made with one set of measurements and one size of paper. This one opens in this fashion. It's got this lovely sort of peach top. This one is fully closed and you would open it in the top or the bottom, and then this one here I will slide off the ribbon and you open it in that fashion. But all of them, all 3 designs, well there's 6, you know, it's a whole, I've already filmed this once before issue, but they all come with exactly the same size of paper and exactly the same set of measurements and score lines, but it's how you cut, snip, trim and fold that makes them different. So I'm going to pop them out of the way. Actually, I'm going to have to shove them right off, otherwise I won't have room for anything. And this uses our new Fresh Prints Designer Series paper stack. The papers are 4.5 by 6.5 inches, which is 11.4 by 16.5 centimetres. I will come to the metric bit that you need to tweak, but they are gorgeous. There are so many beautiful papers and all of the patterns, they're double-sided. Oops, let me flick that so you can see it. And absolutely stunning. And those of you who've been fans of Stampin' Up for a while will recognise a couple of the patterns, but different colourways. This one here I think was from Comfort Cafe. This I've certainly seen, I think that might have been Comfort Cafe as well, which was last year or maybe the year before. The stripes are there in one of our main catalogue colours, but to different, obviously they're all different colourways, and that's the whole point about it as well. This is very reminiscent of Quattro Fancy. And this one, actually I think this might be the same as that one back there. It is, but it's obviously it's a different pattern, a different colourway rather. And they're so beautiful, so lovely. That was Celebration last year. Now, all of these boxes can be made with this piece of paper, which is 6.5 by 4.5 inches. To do a metric version, you do need to do a tiny, weeny little bit of trimming so that you're not working in silly sort of, you know, 0.4 of a centimetre issues, because it is 16.5 and 11.4 centimetres, and I just wanted to make life easier for you, so you just trim it down to 16 centimetres and 11.4, so you're taking off a tiny little piece. So I'm going to work with the metric one first. I'm going to score and cut all of them, all 3, so it is going to be a slightly longer video, I'm very sorry, but I wanted to show you all of them. So I've got my Simply Scored and I've got my metric plate that sits over the top. I'm going to move those 2 out of the way because they're the Imperial full-size version, and bring in this one that I've trimmed down, so it's 11 centimetres by 6 centimetres. So with the long side at the top, and I'm going to, which pattern? I'll have the spotty side. Your scoring is quite simply at 2, 7, 9 and 14. And like I say, I will do the Imperial one in a minute, and that was the reason I took it down from being 16.4 centimetres, because we'd be doing 2.1 and 7.2 and all sorts of silly things, and it was just easier. So with the short side at the top, you score it at 2 centimetres and at 9 centimetres. So that's on a 16 by 11 piece of paper. I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm going to take off my metric plate and leave the Imperial one. And with these 2 pieces, which are the full size, which patterns shall we have? I'll have that one because I haven't had that before. So again, with the long side at the top, you score it at 3/4 of an inch, 2 7/8 of an inch, 3 5/8 of an inch, and at 5 3/4. Then you turn it round and you score it at 3/4 of an inch and 3 3/4 of an inch. So I should pop that to one side and bring in this one, and I'll have this pretty spotty side. So again, 3/4 of an inch, 2 7/8 of an inch, 3 5/8 of an inch, and 5 3/4 of an inch. Turn it round. Oops. 3/4 of an inch and 3 3/4 of an inch. So I can get rid of the scoring tool. And with all of them, you fold and burnish in exactly the same way. The trimming comes after. So you fold them all, burnish them all, and it's quite therapeutic doing mass production boxes. And okay, I appreciate that 3 boxes is not exactly mass production, but with the paper stacks, the cutting is already done, so you don't need to do that. And sometimes that can be quite a laborious process when you're making lots of boxes. So that part is done, and it's literally just a case of scoring. And if you've got our scoring tool, you know that there's little markers that you can get, and you can actually buy, there's 3 that comes with it. I never use them because I only ever make really 1 box at a time, but there's 3 that comes with it, and then you can get another 6 as well. So if you are doing mass production, you could set up your scoring tool with everything, with all the markers on, and you just rattle out all the score lines, and then you just sit and fold all your boxes, and then you come back in and trim them. So, alright, oops. Okay, so that's all of them folded. So now at this point it really doesn't matter whether I've got metrics or I've got imperial, because we're going to cut them, whichever one you do, it doesn't matter. So what I would do first, I think I would do this one and cut this stamp. So if I turn it, which side do I think you can see better? Probably the spotty side. It's the same measurement all the way across. These 3 parts here are exactly the same. So it doesn't matter which side, but we want to remove the bottom corner and the one that is above it, or rather mirror image to it, I should say, so that you're left with that shape. I'll move that out of the way. So you've taken off that one and that one, and then these ones you just nip up to the score line. It's not the apex one at all. What am I like? This one, oops, this one is this box. It's here, it's not the apex. I'll do the apex one now. Is it an apex? It was a pinch fold. It's like a milk carton. Right, let's try that again. You take off just the bottom one. I will line up all the boxes in a minute. You can let me off if you can see my string of notes and the fact that I am making 3 boxes in one go. You will forgive me. Right, this one here, which is going to be, oh, I'll line them all up. So we've got one that you've removed the top and the bottom, another one that you've just removed the bottom, and then the final one you don't take any. And as ever, I will always put all of my directions, dimensions, measurements and everything onto my blog, and a link directly through to that blog post in the description bar. Right, so this one here is for this box that is fully sealed. This one with the 1 notch is for that one, and then the one that folded open is this one here. Right, which should we build first? This one, I think. I would suggest something like sticky strip would work best of all. I'm going to use snail for speed. It will hold a paper box together actually, because these have all just been done with snail, but if you're going to put something heavy in, sticky strip is your friend. Right, let's fold that over, and then you fold your sides in. That's the back, and close it, and then the same over here. Fold the sides in. I've lost my back now. There it is. And that bit. Oh, at this point you would put your sweeties, treats, goodies, soaps, whatever you're popping inside. So that's that box built. Okay, now we'll do the pinch fold one. So again, this is the one with just one section cut out at the bottom. It's a sticky strip there. In exactly the same way. Oh, I didn't burnish that properly. There we go. Fold over, bring your sides in, and I've lost my back again. There we go. Fold that up, and then these ones you just pinch. So it is like a milk carton type box. So you just pinch it, and that brings the sides up. There we go. So that's that one. And then this one here, this one you put glue or adhesive on all your little tabs. that are these little squares there's 6 of them that are all the way around the cardstock. If I can get my snail to work. I blame the fact that I've got a cold coming on, and I blame the cold on my husband. Actually, technically, I couldn't. I should also, you know, lay claim to the fact that I will pick up a cold anyway. But I'll blame him because he's not here. Right, fold the top corners round, and that is your lid. So we're now going to take these ones here and fold them into this part to create the bottom of the box. So there we go, and that's how that closes down. So a little bit of stamping, then I will ribbon it all up, and I haven't stuck that down properly. You'll have to forgive the fact that I'm rushing ever so slightly, just because I don't want this to be too long a video, but I do want to showcase pretty stuff. Simply Celebrate, new stamp set. I love this one, Enjoy. I think that is a gorgeous stamp, I really do. And my original samples I used Coastal Cabana, couldn't think then. Coastal Cabana, and I'm using Real Red this time. So I'm running out of space over here. Let's just scooch those off. And I want to leave room for the fact that I'm going to be using the large oval punch, the extra large oval punch, I'm sorry, to go around this. So 3 of those, extra large oval punch, and it just fits in. If you make sure to angle it correctly, you can get all of the little swirly curly bits all the way around. There we go, 3 of those. We're going to have the label bracket punch, which has carried over. This was obviously so popular in the Christmas catalogue, which I'd go with because I really liked it. And it's carried over into the spring catalogue. So 3 of those. And then while I've got the crumb cake in my hand, the new Petite Petals punch. Gorgeous. And there is a stamp set to go with it. I'm not using the stamp set today just because, you know, I'd be here all day if I could. Right, let's start layering these up. So I want I've stuck that down. Dimensionals on the back of these, back of the sentiment. I would probably advise 2, but again, just for speedy purposes, I'm just going to go on the back of one of each. One on the back of each. And then just line up. I'm going to come to those in a minute. I'm going to show you how to fold those as well. I've got some ribbon around somewhere. I've got just I just wanted the white taffeta ribbon for this project. I didn't want to add any more to it other than just, you know, a fairly plain colour. But you could pick out the matching, you know, you could pick out the colours in the background. Scissors, I think. So that one. This one here we need to punch holes in, so I'm just going to grab my hole punch. So you just pinch it closed at the top and punch holes in, and that's what you feed your ribbon into. I'm all fingers and thumbs. Doesn't want to let me get hold of it. There we go. So, and then feed it through. Let's get that off to a slightly sharper angle. That'd be easier then. So through the front, and then round, and then through the back. It's just bent slightly. I've squished it when I was trying to hole punch it. don't think I've made my hole quite big enough. Do you know what? We won't use that. I'm going to grab something else. What can I get? I know, because it would just be a nightmare trying to watch me do feed that through, particularly as I haven't punched the holes in the right places. So I'm just going to tie. I'm going to tie a bow, and I'm going to attach it with the new clips. I've got these lovely gold and silver miniature clothes pegs, which are so cute. Right, let's trim that. Grab a couple of those, silver I think. It's not the finish I wanted, but it will do. There we go. Stick the bow on. I'm going to use mini glue dots. Whoops. Throw it on your desk as well. Why not? So that would normally sit there. One way to fix a project that is going wrong. Grab some clips. Right, and the last one, I'm just going to tie a knot in the top, because of the way that this closes. Having the knot on the top, or the bow, or whatever you're able to make, makes it pretty to have it sitting on the top. And you could imagine that maybe these were wedding favours, and you had a whole load of these all lined up on the, you know, at your wedding breakfast or something like that. It'd be lovely. And then with the little bows on the top, they would all, you know, stand like that. Very cute. Right, put some dimensionals on the back of these. So again, bring these back in. And these three, you grab your a piercing mat or something like that, and you just push down. You take the end of it and you push down into the middle, and they will, all five petals rather, will fold up, and you can almost feel it. Not crunching, I don't think that's the right word, but you can feel the cardstock bending under your finger, under your paper piercer. And the last one, and I'm not going to put the rhinestones on for this part because the video's long enough and you know what a rhinestone looks like. So there we go. That is how to make 3 different shapes of box and closure of box using one size of paper and one set of dimensions. Anyway, if you've got all the way through to this point, well done, bravo. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying Springwatch.